I don't think so. Like, I think that you've covered a lot of the topics actually that are really, like, mean a lot to me, that I think about a lot, which actually helps me, because I feel you have your finger on the pulse, so that these things are what you know to be important, and I also think they're important. That tells me that I'm relating to the public.
I haven't been in City Hall for 5 years.
Maybe you'll come back.
I will, you will be when you're sworn in there. You're sworn in when?
I don't know. I haven't gotten there. I'm just going to May 10th. It's all about just getting to
May 10th. You will win, and then June or whatever, when I will sit down, and then you'll be mayor, and we'll find out if your attitude is going to change like Mr. Michael Bryan did. But I've been doing good with him, huh? Who said that doesn't work? Yeah, flashback. Those were the days where I took about 100 Ritalin that day just to calm down. And that was then candidate Kate Rogers. That's telling me that, she thinks I cover all the issues and I'm passionate, the same issues we're talking about. Candidate Kate Rogers. And guess what? We passionate. And I predicted right there, you will be mayor. Of course, I'm a blogger. I'm always, any politician that don't listen to me, they're history. I mean, they have to listen as me as a political advisor. So, what do we have here right now? We have Mayor Kate Rogers, not candidate, mayor. There we go. How you doing, you?
I'm great. I'm really good. Things are rough right now with what's going on and with the pandemic, and I know it's hard on people in the community.
We'll get to that. Big difference between that video in the back, we're in the cold by the St. John River, and now,
That was so cold that day, and it was so windy, I remember, right? And we tried to get shelter, and it was, the wind and the sound, and yeah.
We're not CBC. We don't have the special microphone, and it was good. And you still have yours. Where's her? Where's the girl that held the camera? What's her name? The French girl.
Oh, so Katie, and she works for Government of New Brunswick. She works in communications there. She was a volunteer on my team at the time. So
you did good.
So she was there holding the camera for you.
Okay, so I was supposed to be in your office a month after you got elected, but then the pandemic and this and that and the breakdown here and there, but that's okay. And I laugh at the time that when you were on at Remembrance Day, and then you had your back turned, and then I grabbed this guy by the arm. I said, he said, Charles. I said, hey, just bear with me. And you turn and you see me and Blaine Higgs side by side. And then your mouth went, huh? I said, can you tell her to sit down with me? There's nothing to worry about. And then Higgs had the same problem, and now, no problem at all. He is a nice guy.
I've never been worried about it. It was never a worry. A lot of it's just
timing.
Just kind of time, Charles. A lot of it's just doing all this stuff. Mayor is a very, very busy job.
We're going to get to that. Job. Now, okay, so I got to do less talking, and I got to let you do more talking to a limit, cut you off, no editing. Okay, here we go. Because this will be like a month after you got elected, let's just say. Have you heard from the former mayor to congratulate you? Did he call you?
No, he never did. But my understanding is at the council meeting.
He did say
that he said something, but no, I haven't spoken to Mike.
Isn't that
at all?
Isn't that something? That it speaks wonders, but it's okay. Yes, I'll take some Ritalin here to make sure that we behave.
Same rules.
Same rules. No problem. Don't worry about it. Okay, so when you walk from home, Waterloo,
Yes.
and
well, I actually take University Avenue.
University Avenue. As councillor walking to City Hall, And as mayor, how long did it take you as councillor compared to now as mayor?
It does take longer now, but it would take a while then too, because I lived right in the heart of the ward, and so I used to always be able to get downtown in 15 minutes, and I have to allow it for at least one or two conversations, and maybe now it would be two or three. Once I find in my neighborhood it's still only one or two. It's once I get downtown that I run into people. Like sometimes I run into you.
Oh yes,
or I'll run into people on the streets downtown and have conversations. So I need to allow for half an hour at least, and I don't, which is my bad. But it takes a little bit longer. I don't mind. That's what keeps, to me, that's how I stay in touch with what's going on, is running into people and them talking to me and giving me ideas or sharing concerns, or I see things. So I like that walk is really valuable in many ways.
Never ask a woman this question, but how old are you?
Oh, I don't mind. I'm 52.
You're 52. Well, you could move at 52, because when I was chasing after you down York Street, oh my God, you were moving.
I'm a fast walker. I don't have time to waste.
You don't have,
there's lots to do, so you got to get to where you're going.
You don't have time for BS. Okay, so is it now you're mayor? Is it what you expected? And is it different? Is it what you expected?
So I would say it kind of is, and I think that bothers people when I say, any surprises is what you expect, but the truth of the matter is I have been here now. I've been a councillor. I've been on city council for almost 10 years, and I've been involved in governance. Like I've chaired boards and I've just had and I've worked at nonprofit organizations. It's required different types of leadership and community organizations. So I've kind of worked in the community for a long time. So there haven't been a lot of surprises there.
You get to know the bureaucrats at City Hall more.
I know the staff. I understand the procedure, the process. I feel that I try to stay really relevant with the issues. I will say what has changed are the issues. The things that we talk about now are very different than what we were talking about in 2012. So it's always on top of the latest issues and acclimatizing to what's happening. That is the unknown, but that's expected too. Like I expect that. We're not stagnant. We're not a stagnant city.
But there was no big surprise. No, wow. Like I'm this big giant bureaucrat. Oh, I thought I just know you from your name, but I really got to know you, and you know what? I don't like you, because you had to deal with these people.
So that's actually an excellent point. I've gotten to know, but again, they're not surprises, but I have had an opportunity now to get to know the people whose names we just saw. Like we would talk about this minister or that minister or the MLA, or I've now get to work directly with them, and what's nice is how personable everyone is. So the day after the results came in, most of the surrounding MLAs and some of the ministers that I'd be working with, they just called me on my cell, and they gave me their cell numbers, and they said, call anytime and reach out. And so now I'm, texting buddies with these people whose names I used to just hear. So it's been really wonderful how the outreach from the provincial elected officials and from
you get to know them personally.
Really getting to know them, and we really do work together, and it's and that's wonderful. So it's not it's not surprising, but it's been new. That is new for me, so I really like it.
When you have a council meeting, now because of the pandemic, we don't have no presentation. People making presentation at council, right? Do they still make presentations?